Might I sit here for a bit?
If you don't mind the company of this old maid, you're more than welcome. Well now, shall we have ourselves a little chat to pass the time?
By all means. I would like nothing more than to hear of your exploits in the Salt Iron War. I have read much of your surpassing prowess on the battlefield, but would be honored to learn more in your own words.
Oh, child. That was so many, many years ago. How many enemies did I fell on the battlefield? I long since lost count. They say my very name was feared throughout the land. You and others may call them exploits. The truth is, I was nothing more than a skilled dealer of death.
You sound as if you regret it.
Against fellow soldiers and warriors like myself? No, that is simply the way of war. But my acts also brought suffering to those who did not deserve it. The Roselle, for example.
The Roselle? How so?
I was leading a siege on the citadel of the Sands in Hyzant, not far from the source. The Hyzantian commander was a worthy foe. The battle drew on, and we were losing men and resources with little to show for it. Seeking to end the battle quickly, I chose to raise the fort with wildfire, and so it fell. All too late did I learn that its jails were filled with Roselle, captured slaves who had fled servitude at the lake.
But you did not know they were there. You can hardly blame yourself for their fate.
Do you think the Roselle who roasted to death would say the same? What of their families?
You cannot forgive yourself for this, even so many years later.
And why should I? Because my countrymen sing of me as a hero? To this day, visions of charred bodies lying in the rubble haunt me. Lumps of burnt flesh that were once men and women who wished only for their freedom. At first, I tried to forget. But the weight of my sins was too heavy to bear, and so I abandoned everything and left my home behind. Fortunately, I had already trained a protege to follow in my place.
And ever since then, you've wandered the realm alone?
Yes, but no matter how far I traveled, I could not escape my regrets. And now, Norzelia finds itself embroiled in another bloody struggle. The horrors of the past come anew. If fighting is all I am good for, then the least I can do is fight for peace. It may not atone for the death and suffering I have wrought, but at least it may save others from the same fate.
I'm sorry. It was not my intention to make you relive such painful memories.
Worry not, lass. Truth be told, it's something I've been hoping to get off my chest for a while now. But this old maid's rambled on long enough, I reckon. Thank you for the company, child.
Working hard again today, I see. How fares the research?
It progresses, and shall continue to do so, provided you remain out of my way.
Never one to mince words, are you? What is it you're researching exactly?
Your questioning remains distressingly inefficient. As I explained just yesterday, I'm exploring something truly groundbreaking.
And I'm asking you precisely how and why it's groundbreaking.
That would entail a thorough explanation of surface melting on ice crystals, one even you could understand. From there, I would have to explain how the quasi-liquid film on said crystal can then be thermodynamically stabilized.
All right. You win. I'm sorry I asked. But I can tell by your attitude all this work isn't good for you. You should join me for a swig of wine.
I'd rather not.
And why not?
Research has shown that wine inhibits the brain's higher functions.
Fewer words, more wine. A glass might shake a brilliant new idea out of that massive head of yours.
But my precious research! All I desire is to carry out my research without interruption. Are you listening, Eridor? My research on my terms. Why can they not grant me this one thing?
Yeah, well...
This cannot stand, Eridor. You hold me out here, yet you haven't so much as haven't touched your glass.
Oh, so you're an angry drunkard, are you? Lovely.
Me? A drunkard? Balderdash. It's the damn ministry. All their restrictions and secrecy. How are we to move forward if we can't share our techniques? Am I wrong?
You're damned right. As always, of course, about everything.
Sitting on all that knowledge and skills is... It's not good. Worse than me locking myself up here.
Glorious silence. Thought the poor fool had never shut up. Right then. Off to bed with you.
Oh, just look how you've grown. To think you'd produce such a bounty. And you've flourished as well. I'm so proud of you, my lovelies.
Quite the passionate one, aren't you?
Don't sneak up behind people like that. Hasn't anyone told you it's rude?
Apologies. I was just curious. What are you doing here?
If you must know, I'm harvesting herbs. I thought I might make them into medicine for the injured.
That would be helpful. Lord Serenoa will be pleased as well.
And I am oh so happy to please. I am quite taken with powerful people. People like Lord Serenoa. You'll tell him I'm doing my best to be useful to him, won't you?
Wait. That plant. It induces paralysis, does it not?
Quite knowledgeable you are. Did you know it can also be used for pain relief?
This same plant can be both a poison and a medicine?
Yes, depending on how it's used. And yet, people still try to force plants into one category or another. Good and therefore valuable, or bad and therefore detested. Foolish, don't you think? These little ones are neither good nor bad. They just are.
You treat them as if they were your children.
Perhaps it seems strange to care for a plant, which is no more than a tool for making medicines or poisons, but...
Minister Edor, about that experiment. I think we are on the verge of discovering how to better stabilize the subject.
Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself! Milo, why do you eavesdrop on us?
Don't be upset. As your spy, I thought it behooved me to keep abreast of important information.
Unnecessary. You need only do as I instruct.
But that would make me no better than a tool.
Does that displease you? Worry not. I take good care of my tools, so long as they serve me well. But should they act out of line, they will be disposed of.
Even tools have feelings.
What was that?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. Anyway, I'm certain my herbs will benefit House Wolfort. Please pass on my warmest regards to Lord Serenoa.
So you can peer through time. How did you come to possess such a power?
I cannot say. I've been having these visions for as long as I can remember.
Were I able to see the future like you, I could be of more use to House Wolfort.
It isn't all good, you know. Sometimes you see things you wish you hadn't. I saw myself being abandoned by my mother.
He is in your hands now. Here is the money we agreed upon. Take this, too.
Thank you for your generosity. I shall take good care of him.
You shall speak of this to no one. Make sure he wants for nothing. I will return for you one day, Quahog. Until that time, be good.
And then the vision ends. Whenever I think of my mother, I always see that woman. I don't understand it at all, but I know that lady is my mother. She promised she would return, but she never came back. I've asked the villagers what my mother gave them, but they claim to have received nothing. I know I saw it, though.
Have you had visions of your mother since?
No. She left me after all. Oh, Mother. Why? And where are you now?
Quahog.
I apologize for the wait, Master Anna.
Enough with the master. How many times must I say this? But thank you. You can put it down there. What is it?
Thank you, Master, for taking me in. I hope I can be of use to you.
What's brought this on?
I was useless to my previous master, and less than useless to my master before that. But I want to be useful, in whatever small way I can.
You had a different master before that merchant?
Yes, my creator. I tried so hard to be helpful. So very, very hard. But I was so very bad at following orders. The last thing I remember is my master calling me a failure. When I came to awareness again, I was hawking wares with the merchant.
So you were thrown away. What sort of person was your first master?
You remind me of her. Even the way you speak seems similar, somehow. But when I try to recall,
What's going on? Settle down! Now!
All functions return to standard operating parameters.
It appears the merchant got the better end of this deal.
I apologize. I wish I could be of more use.
If it came to a battle, this might be the best place for us to make our encampment. What do you think, Giovanna?
What is a stone like that doing in a place like this?
Are you listening, Giovanna?
I'm so sorry, Huette. Did you say something?
I did, but you were too absorbed in the ground to hear it. Just what are you looking at?
This little pebble right here.
And why is that?
Well, you see, this one's not like the others. It isn't from this area. Which means it was carried here by the river.
But there's no river here.
Not now there isn't, but a long time ago there was. Just like any living thing, the mountains, rivers, and forests change over time. And this pebble here is a witness to those transformations. It's difficult to put into words, but that's what this rock is telling me. That there was once a river here. It's so frustrating. What I wouldn't give to pore over those annals in the archives. What wonders I could learn were they not forbidden.
So how does knowing the changing of the land help us?
Help? Well... I suppose my research might not be that helpful in battle, after all. But it is helpful for anyone who wants to know more about this wonderful world we live in. That's why this pebble is more beautiful than the shiniest gem in all the realm. Or at least to me it is. Would it be okay for me to take this rock with us, Huette? I feel there's so much more it can tell us.
Certainly, if you are so attached to it. But you must promise to concentrate on our mission from now on.
I promise, Huette. Could you hold on to this for me, Floogie?
I thought I told you not to sneak up behind me like that.
It's been some time since a bird came from Hyzand, hasn't it?
So you were spying on me. Did Wolfort order this?
No. Lord Serenoa is not the type to have his people surveilled. But as his retainer, I would be remiss not to keep an eye out for those who might intend him harm.
I suppose there's no fooling you. Yes, I am Hyzan's spy. Do what you will with me. I fear neither torture nor execution.
We would gain nothing by doing either. A plant may be poisonous or medicinal after all. Depending on how we use you, you could still serve House Wolfort.
I am a human being. Do not liken me to a mere object.
Even tools have feelings. You said it yourself, no?
So you did hear me.
You should understand this by now, Milo. Lord Serenoa would never use you, or any of us, as mere tools.
Indeed, he is too trusting. He would be easy to poison, had I a mind to do so.
Grant peaceful sleep to the wounded beast. What is the meaning of this?
Should House Wolfort rise in opposition to Hyzant, Serenoa is to be killed. It's a coded message. I only just received it. My master sees me as nothing but a tool. Now that my identity has been found out, my life is as good as forfeit. My master disposes of tools once they are no longer useful to him, you see. But he cannot dispose of me if I dispose of him first.
Then you will aid us.
No, I will use you. I may be a tool, but I have my pride. I came here seeking power that I might protect myself. To avoid being disposed of, I needed to align myself with a strong house.
You're a tough one, aren't you?
As tough as a weed, and poisonous too.
You! Just what was in that swill you sold me?
Ah, my good sir. Don't you look to be in a fit of pique? But what does it have to do with Lionel?
Don't play coy with me! That was no secret elixir you sold me. An elderly nobleman bought the entire batch, and all he got for his troubles was a whole day atop his chamber pot!
Ah, perhaps the tonic's invigorating effects were too potent for a man of such venerable age. While Lionel is sure his digestive system has been duly cleansed, methinks a smaller dosage should suffice next time.
Digestive system? Dosage? You said that medicine granted eternal life!
Lionel recalls saying nothing of the sort. We did converse about rumors of such an elixir existing prior to the transaction, but that was all. If you harbor any doubts, pray consult the bill of sale. Rest assured that any misunderstanding stems from your own negligence.
For all the good it'll do me now, I might as well wipe my ass with it.
My friend, the merchant's seal is his word. Consider this a lesson to read the fine print more carefully in the future.
You two-faced charlatan! You'll pay for this!
Two-faced? Has your own coin purse not grown mysteriously fat, despite the heavy taxes on salt? I dare say more so than market prices would conceivably allow. One wonders, what is the punishment in Hyzant for those who do business outside the purview of the state?
You can't threaten me! I'll gut you like a fish!
Oh!
Seems you needed protection after all.
Shut up! Lionel had the matter well under control. Did you kill him?
He's just unconscious. Killing him would only attract unwanted attention.
Nevertheless, he gave Lionel quite a fright. That knock on his head couldn't have been good for the fool's health.
The only fool here is you. Using the name of House Wolfort to swindle others? How long did you think this charade would last? I'll give you one chance to stop, or else you'll end up next to him in the dirt.
Lionel will have you know he has friends in high places. Yes, very high places. So high, in fact, that yes, Lionel now sees the error of his ways. His thinking so far has been positively unambitious. It is Lionel who holds the purse strings of House Wolfort, and it is he who must see to it that said purse is overflowing with riches. He has been a fool. Only a fool would squander his talents with such petty deceits. But Lionel does not lose heart easily. No, he shall redouble his efforts. For such is his burden, the burden of a loyal servant tasked with guiding his house to boundless fortune. Ha ha! Let us begin our new work post-haste.
That took a turn for the unexpected. What am I supposed to do with him? Knock him senseless and drag him back to the castle? It may come to that. Paperwork will be the death of me.
Might I be of some service to you, Anna?
Oh. No, thank you. I am fine for the moment.
Whatever you require, you need only ask Anna, Master.
Decimal?
I am sorry. I do not seem capable of calling you elsewise. Indeed, the only thing I am capable of is failure.
Don't speak of yourself like that. You are trying.
I bear dire news. The Vanguard is burning through supplies like wildfire. They won't last us much longer.
What? This risks leaving them stranded on the front lines. I must send a report to Benedict at once.
There is no cause for concern.
Isn't there?
You see, I made some calculations when I was assisting Master Eridor the other day, and I discovered then that the supplies were running dangerously low. So I suggested Master Eridor make arrangements for an emergency shipment.
And he did not think to inform me of this? Wait. You acted of your own volition? With no orders from anyone?
I only wanted to be of some use. I made the calculations before I realized what had come over me. I apologize for acting so impetuously.
No. You did well.
I did?
It seems I misjudged your worth. That merchant did us a great favor. I will ask Lord Serenoa to find other tasks that might put your skills to use.
My thanks, Master. I mean,
Call me whatever you wish. I will take it as a mark of our fellowship. And I am glad to count you among my fellows, Decimal.
You honor me, Master. Thank you. Thank you.